Have you ever thought about hanging kettlebells from the barbell? If not, you probably should start doing it. What's up everyone? Maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't. Have you ever seen when someone either bench presses or overhead presses and they get some bands and hang the kettlebells and the bar starts fucking shaking a lot? This is a great exercise for stability, hypertrophy, a whole bunch of benefits, strength, everything you can name. But the main thing is helping you keep stable, and at the same time, it works your tiny little stabilizer muscles. Pressing like this is a complete game changer. If you have nagging shoulder injuries, I would give this a shot, with lightweight of course, but because of the instability, it actually forces those stabilizers to work a hell of a lot harder, and it will actually be a great rehab exercise that you can do while building strength. So let's get into it. I like doing this with all the angles. Flat, incline, overhead, it's just great. I've been doing a lot of overhead work recently with the instability, and I find this fires up your traps, back, your shoulders, everything. Now, what you want to do with this exercise though, is to not fire out the reps. You want to pause at the top while you're locked out, because that's when the kettlebells are going nuts. So you got to then stabilize that bar and not make it go all over the place. Another thing, you want to touch your chest as gently as possible and maybe even just stay about an inch above your chest. When you relax the weight on your chest, you kind of get like a recoil coming back. So it's better if the bar just stays at the bottom for a little bit. Keep yourself stable as it's shaking and then press back up. That's just my suggestion. So what are the benefits other than stability? You're going to get a higher amount of hypertrophy from this, in my opinion, not because of how the exercise is performed, just because I like to do this for higher reps, anywhere from 10 to 20. And I find because of the instability, the set is actually longer because you're making sure the reps are quality. You don't just want to flail and get it over with. You want to make sure these are quality reps, you are defeating the instability component, and you're using a challenging amount of weight. And even if you're not getting hypertrophy from this exercise in general, having stronger stabilizer muscles will allow you to then later push more weight more efficiently and effectively on other exercises that will allow you to hypertrophy those muscles. So even if this isn't the main driver of hypertrophy, the benefits you get from it will allow the hypertrophy to develop later on. This can be a little bit more gentler on the joints because you're not getting much shear. The weight is going to feel different, and you're definitely not going to be able to press as much as you would with just straight weight on the bar. I have a bandbell bar. You might have seen there's bamboo bars. These bands are specifically designed for hanging kettlebells off the bar. Why? Because this bar weighs less and it also flexes, which gives you more instability. If you are using a regular barbell, you're going to definitely need to hang more weight off the bar to get the same benefits. Why? Because a 45-pound bar is not going to shake as much, and it's definitely not going to flex compared to this bar. But all in all, these chaos presses, I like to call them, instability, it hits the stabilizers a lot, and it's a great driver for hypertrophy in the future. Try this out. If you did, let me know how it went in the comments.